In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to add minutes onto your mandated services form. So I am signed in. I'm going to click on logging. We call this the start page of the logging module. Notice it says term 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to go to term 1. Before I do, notice I have 0 minutes on my form. We will come back to this page and see how many minutes we have. And then when I'm done for the term, I'm going to click on I am done, and that lets your principal know that you've finished. I'm going to click on record minutes. On this page, you'll see 3 options, or 3 steps rather. We call this the logging options. Step 1 is to review school notes. Now these would be items that are posted by your school principal or the school office. So hopefully when you arrive on this page, you'll find some items here. For example, we had a faculty meeting on August 18th. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my form. So I've just added 180 minutes onto my form. I'm going to return. That was step 1, school notes. Now let's take a look at guided activities in step 2. Here, what we're going to do is just select the title that best matches your position. For most of you, it will be teacher. If you're an administrator, you can look at the activities we've selected for an administrator. Let's go ahead and click on teacher. And what we're going to do here is just walk through a number of activities. So the first activity we have is attendance. Let's go ahead and put our cursor on the first day of school, and we'll put in our daily attendance. Now that is going to save automatically, so there's nothing extra you need to do. You just look at the activity and plug in your minutes. Now as far as attendance goes, keep in mind that that is attendance throughout the entire school day. Students are transitioning between classes and you're making sure that they are where they belong. So that is a safety issue. So be generous with yourself as far as attendance. Now let's click on the next activity. This would be drills like fire drill, tornado drill. Let's go ahead and put in some minutes for a fire drill. And that would be all of the time reviewing procedures with your students for safety. All right, so you'll just work through the activities. It looks like we have around 23 activities for teachers. Okay, that's called the guided questions. Very easy, walks you through numerous activities. You just plug in the minutes. Let those activities jump out at you. You don't have to force it. If it makes sense to you, go ahead and plug in your minutes. Now the final step here is the full entry page. We offer this as a way to kind of get in deeper into the guidelines, and you can look at all the activities we have and you can enter minutes for anything that applies to you. So let's look at this. You'll find your activities on the left side. Now step 1 says school notes. We've already looked at that, so let's not bother. The second item here is most common, and we just grabbed 12 common activities. So that's a quick way to get at some of the activities that you probably will add to your form. Now the final way here is to take a look at the 14 categories. Here is where you can actually dive in deep into the guidelines. So in category 1, for example, we have a number of items. So you could say school handbook, you can click on it, and if you spent any time reviewing or updating the handbook, you can plug in those minutes. Okay, so just take a look at the various items we have in each of the categories. Now category 1, 2, 3, and 4 are very common. You'll notice in category 2, report cards are permanent records, your communication with parents, conferences with parents. So there's a lot of items. There are a lot of items in those first 4 categories. Take a look at category 14. Notice it says completing mandated services. So go ahead and click on that, and you can put in your minutes for working on your form here. Now typically that will be around 30-45 minutes per quarter. Now let's go back to the start page. We've put in some minutes on our form. Let's take a look. We have 242 minutes on my form already, just for that little bit that we did. So it adds up quite a bit, and by the end of the quarter you'll probably have maybe 3,000 minutes, 4,000. It's very common. If you're an administrator, you might have 10,000 minutes on your form. That's also very common. So just kind of use your best judgment, and wherever it ends up is, if it makes sense to you, then you'll be just fine. Okay, I hope that helps you understand how to add minutes onto your mandated services form.